Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel where today we'll be discussing the complex and escalating conflict between Iran and Israel. This rivalry has been one of the most contentious and dangerous in recent times, rooted in historical disputes, religious ideologies and geopolitical interests. Today, we will delve into the intricacies of this conflict, exploring its historical roots, key flashpoints and the broader implications for regional stability. So let's dive right in. First, let's start with a brief overview of the history of this conflict. The animosity between Iran and Israel dates back to the early 20th century. However, it was the 1979 Islamic Revolution in Iran that marked a significant turning point. When Ayatollah Khomeini and his supporters overthrew the pro-Western Pahlavi dynasty, they established a theocratic republic based on Islamic principles. This revolution had profound consequences for the relationship between Iran and Israel. The Iranian regime viewed the existence of Israel as a foreign and illegitimate intrusion on Muslim lands and refused to recognize its legitimacy. From the perspective of the Iranian regime, the establishment of Israel represented the realization of a Zionist conspiracy aimed at dominating the Middle East. This was deeply unsettling to many Muslims who considered Palestine their own and saw the creation of Israel as a grave injustice. In response, Iran became a staunch supporter of the Palestinian cause and a vocal critic of Israeli occupation of Palestinian territory. This solidarity resonated with millions of Muslims worldwide who rallied behind the Palestinian struggle for independence and self-determination. Iran's support for Palestinian militants provided them with valuable resources, including financial aid, weapons, and training. By doing so, Iran sought to weaken Israel and ultimately contribute to the elimination of what it saw as a Zionist entity. One of the most contentious issues in this conflict is Iran's nuclear program. Israel considers the potential development of nuclear weapons by Iran as an existential threat to its security. Iran, however, maintains that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes such as energy production and medical research. The discrepancy between these perspectives has led to heightened tensions and mistrust between the two nations. Despite multiple rounds of negotiations, Iran's nuclear program remains a significant point of contention. Israel has expressed its willingness to take military action if diplomatic efforts fail to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions. This has raised concerns about the possibility of a preemptive strike and the potential ramifications for regional stability. Another crucial aspect of the Iran-Israel conflict is the presence of Iranian-backed militant groups in neighboring countries. Israel views groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza as threats to its security. These groups have amassed significant weaponry and support from Iran. Israel has carried out numerous airstrikes against Iranian and Hezbollah targets in Syria in an attempt to limit Iran's growing influence in that country. Hezbollah, in particular, has emerged as a formidable force armed with advanced missiles and engaged in direct confrontations with Israel during previous conflicts. Its presence along Israel's northern border remains a source of tension. Furthermore, the Syrian civil war has become another front in the wider conflict. Iran's involvement in supporting Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has raised concerns that it could establish a permanent military presence on Israel's northern border. This would create a more direct threat to Israel's security and could potentially allow Iran to project its power into the Mediterranean. Now let's discuss the current state of affairs between Iran and Israel. Tensions continue to escalate, as evidenced by the recent events. The 2023 and 2024 Gaza conflicts serve as a reminder of the fragility of the situation. The attacks by Hamas and other militant groups have resulted in significant loss of life and property, underscoring the human cost of this conflict. Israel's response has been swift and forceful, including airstrikes and ground operations. The use of drones has added a new dimension to the fighting, raising questions about the evolving nature of warfare in this region. Unfortunately, there appears to be no immediate end in sight for the ongoing hostilities. The situation is further complicated by the involvement of other regional and global powers. The support provided by Iran to militant groups and its close ties with Russia add another layer of complexity to the conflict. The international community has called for restraint and de-escalation, but concrete solutions remain elusive. The impact of the conflict extends beyond the immediate parties involved. It has destabilized the entire region, raised energy prices and disrupted economic activities. The flow of refugees has also posed a humanitarian challenge to neighboring countries. So what does the future hold for Iran and Israel? The path forward remains uncertain. There have been calls for a negotiated settlement, but achieving a lasting peace agreement seems distant. The underlying issues such as the status of Palestine and Jerusalem continue to be major obstacles. The role of external powers, particularly the United States and Russia, will be crucial in shaping any potential resolution. International efforts to mediate between Iran and Israel have so far yielded limited results. The mistrust between the two sides runs deep, making meaningful dialogue and compromise even more challenging. It is important to note that the Iran-Israel conflict is not solely a religious or ideological dispute. It has significant geopolitical dimensions. Both Iran and Israel possess advanced military capabilities, and any large-scale confrontation could have catastrophic consequences. The potential use of nuclear weapons or the unintended escalation of hostilities pose a grave danger to regional and global security. Moreover, the conflict has evolved into a multifaceted struggle that extends beyond traditional battlefields. Cyberattacks, intelligence operations, and covert actions play a significant role. Both Iran and Israel have accused each other of carrying out assassinations and sabotage on their soil. As we conclude this video, it is evident that the Iran-Israel conflict is one of the most complex and dangerous rivalries of our time. Its historical roots, religious dimensions, and geopolitical implications make it a highly volatile issue. While there have been attempts to find a resolution, the deep-seated mistrust and competing claims have hindered progress towards a lasting peace. Finding common ground and addressing the core concerns of both Iran and Israel will be essential in reducing tensions. This includes finding a just solution to the Palestinian question, ensuring the safety and security of both nations, and promoting regional stability. The international community has a vital role to play in facilitating dialogue, fostering understanding, and providing necessary support for a peaceful resolution. As we look to the future, it is imperative that Iran and Israel pursue a path of diplomacy and reconciliation. The costs of continued conflict are too great to bear. Only through meaningful engagement and a commitment to peaceful coexistence can they hope to create a better future for themselves and the region. That concludes our video on the Iran-Israel conflict. We hope we were able to provide you with a comprehensive overview of this complex issue. If you found this video informative, please give us a thumbs up and share it with others who might be interested in this topic. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on global politics and current affairs. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.